Welcome to Mangakaige. Hey, so what you just saw was the intro sequence, animated, of course, by Areeb Tariq, who is a masterful animator, if I must say. I found him because I was looking for a very specific type of animation style when I was when I was looking for, an animator to do the intro sequence. I really wanted something that was not super flashy or over the top. I wanted something that didn't feel generic. I wanted a unique style to give the channel an identity, I guess, is what the idea was. And this whole channel, Mangakaige, has been something I've been dreaming about creating for a very long time. Many of my friends will know about this. This is something I've thought about and been workshopping in my head for a few years, at least, probably at least 5, something like that, and just kind of slowly jotting down ideas and getting the ball rolling on stuff. Hey, you. So finding a person that could match the style that I wanted was really important to me. And I saw Areeb on Fiverr, is where I found most of the people that I commissioned stuff for this channel. And his style just struck me immediately. It's that signature like squiggly line animation style that I love. I had to have something like that. So yeah, Areeb was an easy choice. He immediately, I shouldn't say immediately because it took me forever to pin down a singular person, but once I saw him, I knew he was the one. And of course, the sound design and music done for that intro animation you just saw was done by Agustin S., who was another person that I encountered on Fiverr. And instead of somebody jumping out to me on this one, I took a different approach, and I pitched the idea to a bunch of different sound designers to see who thought they could really take on this task. Because what I was looking for was something really specific. I wanted something that felt zany, but also like kind of fun and cutesy to match the intro. And obviously the animation was done first, so that way they could put music and sound to the animation. But the thing I was looking for was very particular, and if I was going to invest money in it, I had to make sure that the person doing it was doing it the way I envisioned it in my mind. And what Agustin did was beyond my expectations. I was so incredibly satisfied with what he created. So thank you so much to both of those wonderful people for creating the intro that you just saw. What Agustin also did is he did sound design for the transitions in videos. He did 5 different sound effects. You only hear, a few of them in today's video, however many transitions I decide to do. But I'm going to go ahead and do one of those right now, so we can start discussing the various topics that I want to get to in this video, this sort of introduction video, starting with just, who am I? Why am I doing this? So, my name is Cage. You may know me from the podcast The Hunter Association that I do with my friend Dylan. We've been going about a year now, so I definitely expect some people to come from that channel over here. If I know you from the Hunter Association audience, say hi in the comments. But if you don't know me from the Hunter Association, then you probably don't know me from anything, unless you just happen to follow me on Twitter or something, even though I'm not on Twitter anymore. But the chances of that are pretty unlikely, so I'm going to go out on a limb and assume that you do not know who I am. So even though I'm not like a personality from the internet that you'll know, I do have a story with manga. I kind of been raised on manga and anime my entire life. From the earliest point I can remember, I had some kind of anime in front of me because I grew up with people, primarily my dad, who was obsessed with anime. So that obsession got passed on to me. I got into manga as well. I bought Shonen Jump issues as a kid. Right here, I have Right here, I actually have some of my childhood Jump magazines. This is just one of them, but I have a few others. And it's that spark that I got as a kid that just kind of never faded. And I obviously just got obsessed. And I still read so much to this day. I just love this way of telling stories. I do read graphic novels and comics as well, but something about manga is just so specifically engaging to me. Maybe it's the black and white art. Maybe it's just the Japanese form of storytelling. I don't know. Maybe that's something we can unpack in a later video. But obviously, this is my passion, so I just had to talk about it in some form on the internet. Had to happen. So basically, the idea of this channel is obviously to talk about manga. I like manga. It's all around me. And I wanted an avenue to discuss this obsession of mine in a way that I wanted to. And, you know, the way I want to talk about things on the internet is conversation based. I want to have conversations with people. And, you know, I can't exactly just start a Zoom call with every person that watches my videos. But what I can do is interact with the community. I can get a discussion started. And that's sort of the idea that I want. With each video I create, I want to make basically what is a discussion board. I want to bring a topic to the table and have others comment and talk to me about what I'm talking about. And from there we can keep a dialogue going. I want this to be a really involved community. It's a vision I've had for a long time. It's something I've experimented with in the Hunter Association podcast that I do with my friend Dylan. We have a community comments segment that is close to how I envision this channel going. I truly want to be able to talk to anybody that watches these videos. And now that may not be in the video itself. I do intend on taking comments in videos, but most of the time I'll probably just be talking to people in the comments. And if somebody brings up a good enough point, counterpoint to what I was talking about in the video, maybe that'll diverge into its own standalone video. Just some ideas. You never know what will come out of this channel. It's it's all dependent on how well I do here, and I'm not going to be too upset if this is a total flop, but this is something that I put a lot of work into, and I really want to see what I can do with this, with an honest attempt at building a community and just having discussions about something I love. So what you can expect are basically video essays or just smaller topics, just videos about things that I find interesting in the world of manga, whether it be talking about an entire individual series, talking about themes in series, genres, whatever, anything that comes to mind, it'll be on this channel as long as it's about manga. But beyond variety content, there is going to be one stable thing it's going to be talked about once a week, probably forever. Shonen Jump. So I am an avid reader of Shonen Jump. I've done so for many years now. I have caught up to every single series that is running in the magazine. I did this a while back. Obviously, it's not all the same series running now, but I've stayed up to date after that initial catch-up with every series in the magazine, and I read them every week. I'm up to date on every single series currently running in Shonen Jump. And it's a blast. I have been sitting on this for so long. I have, very few people to talk about every single series in the magazine with. Obviously, I have friends that are caught up to some, but nobody that's caught up to every single one. So what's going to be cool about this is whenever I talk about Shonen Jump every week, I'm hoping to bring in people that read all of the series. And now I don't expect everybody that watches these videos to read every series, but what I want is groups of people who read some series, maybe somebody only reads one of them, who knows. But I want it to be a hub for the whole magazine. Just let's get together, talk about this magazine every week. I'll tell you about the ones that you don't read. You tell me about the ones that you're obsessed with. And of course, I'll tell you about the ones I'm obsessed with. so on and so forth. And I also want to talk about just the magazine itself, how it's doing, which is also kind of the reason I wanted to time it where I'm doing it now. We're halfway through the year, so coming up soonish. I don't want to do like a halfway checkpoint for Shonen Jump. I want to talk about how this half of the year, how this first half of the year has been going for the magazine, what series we've lost, yada yada. The original intent was to start this channel fresh off of a new year, but life got in the way and it couldn't happen. So I kind of took that time this first half of the year to really flesh out this channel, get it to where I want it to be, and we're doing this halfway through the year thing. So obviously, if this channel does last till the end of the year, next year will be a clean slate, and I'll be able to talk about Shonen Jump from beginning to end a whole year, and I'm really looking forward to that. I think that's going to be a lot of fun. For now, this is what we got, so you can expect that soon. This halfway checkpoint video will be like one of the first real videos on the channel. Not the first real video. There's going to be one or two things before then. I'm not really sure how many exactly yet, but you'll know by the time this video is up, I'm sure. Speaking of, alongside this video, I want to put out the actual first video. Now, what that is as of recording this, I have no idea, but with this video, there will be a proper video, not just an introduction uploaded, so you can get a feel of what this channel really will be like in addition to me just telling you about it. So now we'll go ahead and do one more transition into some closing thoughts. Okay, so some parting words here before you go and check out the rest of this channel, whatever there is of it at this point in time that you're watching this video. As of me recording this, there's nothing. But I assume by the time you're watching this, there's one video at least if you're watching this day one, but if you're watching this however long from now, hopefully there's a bunch of stuff for you to watch. What I'm hoping that you see, basically a forum board. I want you to look through my channel, see these conversation topics, and I want participation. I really want people to interact with this and really have a conversation about whatever I'm bringing to the table. That is truthfully my goal here. And now you may say like, oh, why don't you actually just use forums? Why don't you just start a Reddit thread about this? I don't know. This is just how I feel like doing it. This is my avenue. This is my way to talk about a passion I have. And it's just an idea I've had for so long that it's hard for me to just let it go. Even though, yeah, there's other ways for me to get this stuff off my chest, but I can't shake this, you know, I just have to do it. It's calling to me. And so here I am. I hope you guys come along for this ride. I hope it's somewhat successful. I mean, you know, obviously anybody starting YouTube has that same thought, but I really do want this to be something, even if it's nothing insanely big. You know, truthfully, I don't want it to be too big because I don't want it to be unmanageable. I just want to make a community of people that I can talk to about the things I love at any given point. I can always just open up one of my comment sections and just talk about something that I thought about months ago at one point. You know, who knows what I'll feel like talking about. And, you know, if I see a comment from a video I did like a year ago, and I'm like, you know what, that's a really good point about something I did a year ago. There's a new video. I'll bring up whatever conversation point was brought up then, and there's a whole video about that. Just conversations. Maybe one-sided. I'm just staring into a camera right now, blabbering, but somebody's listening, and somebody will hopefully have something cool to say. That's the hope anyway. So thanks for checking this out. I hope you check out the rest of the stuff on this channel. And what you're about to see now is the little looping animated ending sequence done by Bryan LH, who is another amazing animator. This was one of the first things I got commissioned when I, you know, this was a while ago. This is the oldest thing I got commissioned actually. But I absolutely love it. This is, you know, I can't exactly talk about it post you seeing it because it's the ending, but it's really cool. I'm excited for you to see it. And the ending music, which has probably already kicked in by now, or it's kicking in right now, was done by WillOWisp Prod, who is a group of people who do music. They've done some work for video games and such, I believe. really talented people. I was very happy. Again, that's one of those things that was vibe based. I kind of put a pitch out there to the world and saw who got the idea. And these guys definitely did. So enjoy this, and I'll see you guys in Manga Cage. Do it.